Embrace the possibilities of today to create the realities of tomorrow. Jai Hind, and a very good morning to our guest for the day, Mr. Rakesh Gaur, our MD Dr. Jai Singh, faculty members and students of IIEBM. I, Shreya Srivastav, MC for today. I, Shreya Srivastav, MC for today's session, welcome you all. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce you to our guest for the day, Mr. Rakesh Gaur. Sir, may I have your permission to proceed? Thank you, sir. A competent professional with over 16 plus years of experience in key account management, team management, business development, market analysis, and campaign management. 7 years plus experience in team management role, presently associated with LinkedIn, head of sales, emerging markets. Demonstrated in managing teams to work in sync with corporate set parameters and motivating them for achieving business and individual goals. Sir has managed a clientele base of both IT and non-IT, which has equipped him with an overall understanding of sales function in his area of work. Handling a segment of enterprise key accounts and SME and new business accounts, along with his team of experienced professionals. An effective communicator with impeccable analytical, planning, and client management skills. We welcome you, sir. I would now request sir to please guide the batch with his words of wisdom.
Can you all hear me? I'll just give it a minute. Everyone can hear, right? We are good with English, Hindi, Marathi, that's three I can speak. But yeah, I would just firstly apologies. I think we're about 10 minutes late. I know with 10-15 minutes late with all that Jay has built. I'm sure he doesn't like getting late. But let me just take a step back and introduce myself. So my journey with Jay is, right from school days. We've been in the same school, studied in the same class. And that's probably from how long we know each other. I would also take this moment to Jay, again commend you for what you've built. I think we all should give an applause. So I just heard that the campus is doubled. You've added more floors. I think the last year's placements were good. This year's batch is already up for placement. So I wish you all the best. And hopefully in this next, I have 1 hour. 45 minutes, next 1 hour, if I can add a little bit also of value to all of you or your corporate journey, I think that would be a big takeaway that I will have, right? So please keep this session as interactive as possible. Ask me questions. I'm okay, I have a big deck. The idea is not to cover all slides. Idea is for all of you to take back something, right? I'd requested if you can come with your laptops. If you want to open your laptop, make it like a working session. You want to make edits as we speak, do that, right? There's no formality. Pause, ask me questions, call me by my name. It's all good, right? But before I get in, let me just, I think she did a wonderful job with introducing me, but I think it's important you all know my personal side as well. So post my MBA, which was way back in 2004, which I did from, Balaji. In those days, it was not such a beautiful campus or like a campus you have. We did it from a campus in Pune in Yerwada where we used to share school space. So we used to sit on table chairs of children who are in 5th, 6th standard, and I used to not even fit in that, right? Seeing my height. So from there, I kind of got campus placed with one of India's leading job boards, Naukri.com. I was with them for good 12 years. Moved out as a senior zonal head there. We hired a lot of people, students from your campus in our companies like Naukri, 99 Acres, Jeevan Sathi. Then I moved to LinkedIn, and I have been with LinkedIn now since close to 6 years, where I manage all the emerging markets for them in India. And yeah, I've been with them since 6 years now. Married, settled in Pune with 2 beautiful daughters. Family-wise, we have a food business in Pune as well. So I'm also a proper Puneite. But Jay was telling me a lot of you are from across India, right? North, West, East, South. It's like a mini India we have today. So cool. Let's just directly get into it. But before I start, any one of you want to just raise your hand? And so whenever you ask me a question, just tell me your name and then your question, right? What would you expect in the next 45 minutes to 1 hour from me? What would be like a good use of your 1 hour? I know today, normally I think Jay was sharing with me, even Tapan told me you do these sessions on a Saturday. You're kind of removing time from your classes. So what would you expect? And don't feel this that I'm asking a stupid question. No question is bad. Just feel free to, or else if there's no question, then I'll start picking people. I have that habit. So any one of you, what are you expecting? Like you would have thought, okay, someone from LinkedIn is coming to talk. What is he going to talk? What is he going to share? Yes.
So I would
Jain,
I
Gurpreet.
expect that you would help us out to improve our networking and improve even our LinkedIn profile.
Okay, lovely. Networking and LinkedIn profile. Thank you so much, Gurpreet. What else? Anyone else? Yes, please.
So my name is Gunjan Viraj.
Hi, Gunjan.
Sir, I'm expecting that the SSI score of my LinkedIn would increase
Okay.
after having this.
Okay, lovely. She's spoken about SSI score. I'm not sure of how many of you know of SSI score. It's something called Social Selling Index on LinkedIn. How can you improve that? Anyone else? Is there a question there? Oh, sorry. Okay. ठीक है. Anyone else? So thank you so much for being brave, asking questions. If no, then we'll deep dive into it. So probably over the next 45 odd minutes, I'll just take you through some best practices, what you all can do on LinkedIn. There is no right or wrong, let me tell you that, right? But I want to start by saying that this is a digital representation of your brand. All of you are learning branding, marketing. I'm sure you all are in first year, right? You learn more about what a brand is, what marketing is, 4Ps. A lot of it has evolved over the time where I did my MBA. So, just to give you an example, all of you are, firstly, is there anyone who doesn't have a LinkedIn profile in the room? Everyone's there on LinkedIn? Yes, sir. Okay, that's lovely. So, what I would like to start by sharing, right? Like, I'm also there very active on other social platforms as well, without naming them. But if you see the slide on the left, other social platforms is where you will kind of, share your personal life. What I believe is that the left part of it, right? Like my right, what you're seeing, other social platforms is where you will spend time, right? LinkedIn as a platform is where you're investing time. That's the biggest difference because you will get a lot more out of it. I'm not spending my time by watching some videos on platforms like Insta, Facebook, you know. Here, everything you do, there will be some outcome of it in your professional journey. Can you move ahead, please? So what you can expect today, what essentially we'll cover, little bit into what's LinkedIn, what is your professional brand like, how you guys can build LinkedIn profiles. I think you asked me that. Each of you have come to this campus. Of course, you've heard a lot about IIEBM through friends, through people who've got placed earlier. You've seen ads in print, across platforms. But basically, all of you have come here for one expectation, right? Is to become industry ready, get good packages, grow your family, grow your personal life, right? Eventually, how you can get jobs and work towards that as well. I'll take a pause here. Everyone can see this last thing also written on the slide, right? So this is normally, if I give you an example of having a donut, this is how you will narrate it on different platforms. Am I correct? Like if you're doing on Facebook, you might go and say, I like donuts. If you're putting something on Instagram, which is more to do with photographs, you'll go and say, hey, this is a picture of a cool donut or a place I'm doing. Just pause. Don't move ahead, please. Can you all just think if you want to talk about a donut on LinkedIn, what will be some of the things you will say? Anyone wants to take a jab at it? Probably 2, 3 people, one after the other. Just put your professional mindset on. And if you're talking about a donut, but you want to write on LinkedIn as a platform, yes, what would you say? What's your name? Hi, Shubhangi. You can use the mic, yeah.
I can put put the donut picture. Like I'll just say this is my donut business, and you can just.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank
What
you so
else?
much.
You'll say it's my donut business and?
And you can all grab, and this is the location of my
Okay.
business, and you can just come here and.
Lovely.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so much
much,
for
sir.
sharing. What else? Some newer faces, but yeah, please go ahead.
Contents of the donuts, how it is made, and the toppings over it.
Ingredients and toppings. Lovely. What else? Yes.
So I would share I can write that this is a new place I visited and this could be these are various options which you can visit for
Okay, lovely. Thank you so much. New place. Anyone else from this side? Don't fear. Jay is not seeing behind who's talking. Yes, Jain.
I can go to a donut industry where the donuts are made and
Yeah.
where we can means the how it has been produced.
Yeah.
So we can go to that industry and share it on LinkedIn.
Lovely. So you'll visit a plant of a donut
Yeah.
or a factory where it's getting made and you'll share that. Yes, please. Just probably one more and then we'll pause in the interest of time. Yes.
Jai Hind, sir. My name is Mansi Saraf. Sir, I can connect donut with a loophole.
Okay.
In every job, there is a loophole where you can build a startup or something. Just like a donut, it's a hole.
Okay.
You can find something new with that.
Okay,
So I
lovely.
can connect.
Connecting it with industry loopholes and figuring that out. Yes, please. We'll just take one more.
Jai Hind, sir.
Yeah.
My name is Ishika Das. Sir, if I talk about donuts from a fitness point of view or a health point of view, we could write a content on that.
Okay.
How
Healthy donuts.
Yes.
Lovely. Something new. Innovative, right? Being innovative. So thank you so much. So if you move ahead, I'm glad that at least you're thinking professionally, right? So these are some things you can write about. Like when the idea is just think about things differently. You can talk about, I want to open a donut franchisee someday. I'm looking, someone said about visiting a donut plant. Very similar, looking for a job. Your experience in making donuts. If you're a home baker, right? You can talk about that. So similarly, I'm glad that you're already thinking there. Now, a little bit into LinkedIn. What is LinkedIn's mission, right? What are we trying to do? We are trying to connect all the world's professionals to make them more productive and successful. Now, all of you will be getting companies visiting campus. It's very critical to know to their mission, vision, and how you can align to that, right? So very similar to that, what is LinkedIn's mission is what's there on the slide. What is our vision? Is to create an economic opportunity for every person who's there in the global workforce. As we speak, every 2 seconds, 5 people are getting added on LinkedIn. So if I speak to you for 1 hour, by that much time, we would have added 8,000 people on LinkedIn. That is the rate at which people are getting added on the platform. And that is the rate at which we are creating economic opportunity. What do I mean by economic opportunity? People are coming to LinkedIn for different things. Someone is coming for a job. Someone is coming for learning. Someone is coming to making connections. Someone is coming to brand. Someone is just coming to put posts out, right? So whatever we are doing, we should be able to have something for you there. With me till here? All good? Right? And how are we doing this, right? I spoke about at present we have over 940 million people on LinkedIn. Like last year, around 80 to 90 million people filed taxes in India. We already have 100 million people in LinkedIn in India. And India is the fastest growing market for LinkedIn. So it's safe to say that majority of the tax filing audience has a profile on LinkedIn. So people who you want to connect with could be from companies you want to work with, could be HRs. All of them have profiles on LinkedIn. Right? There are over 2.9 million groups. So some of you are interested in sales, some of you are interested in marketing, some of you are HR students, some of you might be tech students, right? So you can look at those groups and join them on the platform, and that's something that I'll cover as well. So you can please move ahead. Right? These are some of the terms I'll be using today over the next 30 minutes. You will hear me talk a lot about that workforce, connections. I'll be using something called network and also referral. Right? Any of you have heard these terms for the first time? Do you all know about workforce? Yes. Yeah? So we are talking about people who are currently working or who are available for work. Members like you, who are soon going to be corporate ready and come in the working journey. Economic opportunity is nothing but creating a viable opportunity for someone. Connections you all know, right? Like if we are connected on LinkedIn, we are a common connection, right? Network is something that you all will develop as individuals. Am I going too fast? I'm good? Okay, cool. Right, so each of you will have a professional network, and that network you will carry with you wherever you go. Even if you move 5 jobs in your career, that network becomes your own personal kitty that no one can take from you, right? And then referral on how you all can ask for referrals when you're going in the industry, right? Please move ahead. Now, I think all of you have started with classes. Branding classes, marketing classes have started. Marketing has started. So I'll take a pause here. What, as per you, makes a good brand? Anyone wants to take a jab, probably from this side? I'm just looking here. Someone new? Have you heard of brand? The word brand, right? So, what is a good brand as per you? Yes. Sorry? Yes. Yeah. Mic, is there a mic? Okay. No worries. I'm there.
A good brand means good brand.
Go ahead. I'll repeat what you say. I can hear you.
A good brand means giving their customer a good service.
A good brand means giving their customers a good service. Yes. Yes. Good quality of the product. Lovely. What else? Anyone else? Yes. Creating an image or a recall. Lovely. Yes. No worries. Sit, 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 sit. I understand you all have laptops. No need to stand. Yeah. Okay, so you're saying if I'm referring my product to someone. Mic also, I'm okay. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Customers stick to, lovely. Okay. Oh. Sorry. Is it okay now? Is it audible? I can hold this. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'll hold this. But yeah, I mean, I'll just pause there in the interest of time. But keep your hands raised for the next one. If you can go to the next slide. Right? Now, what is a good brand? In very three simple, easy lines, it's a promise. Right? What the company is making to their customers. Why should I invest? Why should I buy that particular product? It tells customers what they can expect, right, from the company. And it's also going to tell customers how they are unique, right? How is an Apple unique from a Samsung or any other company? So a lot of you said that. So I'm glad that we are on the right page there, right? Just move ahead. Now, probably folks who had raised, their hand, if I give you an example of, say, a Nike versus Adidas, all of us love these shoes, right? Why will I choose either of them? What makes you decide? Yeah.
Sir, mainly the thing is the goodwill of the company. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else? Yes. The comfort of the product, which you understood after using it. Okay. Yes. Yes. Quality that they're offering that you get to hear from others. Yes, please. Reputation. Yes. Attractive look. Amazing. Okay. What else? Value for money, right? So these are wonderful points coming up, right? Just move ahead. Now, just all these points that you've said, convert them into your own brand. Each of you are 300 different brands sitting here in this room, right at this very moment, right? Convert it to yourself and think that if there are companies coming to IIEBM today, why will they choose you over other students? While I know we'll make great friends here, right? Like the friends I made, I was just sharing with Jay in my MBA days, they are my best friends. They are friends for life. But at the end, there's only that one or two roles that company is coming for, and all of you are competing for that. How are you going to uniquely differentiate yourself as compared to someone else in this room? And not only someone in this room, there are thousands other campuses like that. And probably a Nestle or a Colgate or the companies which are coming here are going to visit multiple more campuses. So if I have 10 roles to fill, how can I hire all those 10 from IIBM? That's something that you need to think of. And how is it going to show you unique? Now, what can you all think of here? I would like to pause here. How will you describe your own brand? And I want to spend more time on this rather than explaining you about LinkedIn. Yes.
Kunjrat Singh here. First of all, sir, I will describe myself from very first about uniqueness. Second, the productivity I will provide. Third, the experience I have. Uh, Sir, by means by firstly, I will analyze the what are the company needs actually before appearing to the interview. Yes, sir. And according to it, I will provide the answers.
So, so my question to you, or rather everyone, is rather than tailoring yourself basis company, right? Because every company will have different requirements. You start tailoring yourself as per your strengths, right? And what are your strengths? If you move ahead, right? Very similar to what we spoke today. How is an employer, or what is your promise to that company? How are you going to uniquely add value to that company, and what can they expect from you when we hire you, right? Like this is because I would have interviewed over, like, I think 5-10,000 folks by now. I asked them, right, what value are you going to add if we hire you to the company? So think of it, and think of it in different ways, right? Please move ahead. Think of it as skills that you can add, right? What skills? You mentioned about skills that the company is looking for, right? Do you have those skills? All of you will have some of the other dream companies, right? And I'm sure you've chosen IIEBM as one of the campuses because that, okay, X company is coming. That's one of my dream company. I would like to get there. Start researching about that company. I was just sharing with Jay that skills are changing rapidly. By the time you finish 2 years, it might be that those skills have changed. Do you have those skills? What that company is hiring for today? Right? Every FMCG company is hiring for digital talent. Do you have those skills? Have you built those skills? Of course, college will teach you only that much, right? But there is some what you'll have to learn on your own as well. Just move ahead. Think of it as information. Think of it as values. Every company has values that they thrive by. Are you aligned to those values of the company? Are you showcasing that you have those values in that interview discussion or during the GD? That's the basis of which these companies will shortlist you. Right? If I feel that, okay, my values are trust, safety, and if I feel that X person is showcasing that to me, I will hire that person. With me till here? I know I was sharing with Jay, a lot of you get a lot of HR senior leaders talk to you. This might be sounding like a sales pitch to you, but yeah, I have spent 18, 19 years in sales. So you might, hear a lot of that while I'm saying, but I'm giving you ground reality, right? Because I was one of you. I'm not like across the table hiring. I'm rather there in front interviewing, right? So think of it as values. Think of it as goals. What do you want to do in the next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? And have that on your profile. Move ahead. The best way would be ask your friends. 3 simple words. How do they best describe you? If they have to describe you professionally, right? Do they say you're a good team player? Are you good at communication? Are you good at thinking, analytical thinking, logical, right? So if they're not describing you in professional words and they're saying, okay, this person is good to hang out with, right? That all is good, but on other social platforms, right? How am I describing you professionally? Is that adding value? And use these 3 words right now to add on your LinkedIn profile. Because you don't have a corporate experience, some of you might have, some of you would be an executive batch, some of you would have 2 years, 3 years experience. Most of you are freshers. Jay, am I correct? Right? So use these words to showcase on your LinkedIn profile so that when people search for you, those words come right up. Right? When I'm searching for my personal word, is Rakesh Gaur's profile coming up, or am I seeing any other Rakesh Gaur come up there in Google search? Right? So then I know my profile is not that strong yet. So that Google itself is not ranking my profile up in the search strings. We'll just get into now the main part of it, and I might run through a lot of slides. Feel free to take pictures. I'll also send this deck to you all, right? So that you can have it as best practices. But yeah, you all shared you have a LinkedIn account, right? So no one in the room doesn't have a LinkedIn account. So I'm not spending time on how you can set it up. But what I would recommend is if most of you do not have it on the app, download a LinkedIn app, on your phones. It's a world-class app. You can pretty much have all the similar features as you have on the store as well, right? Now, I'll just take a step back. How is this going to differentiate yourself from a resume? You all make good CVs, correct? Where is your LinkedIn profile going to stand out as compared to CVs? Your CV is going to talk to one-on-one, that person who's in the room or that person who's viewing the CV. Your LinkedIn profile is going to talk to many more people at one time as compared to your profile. Is this making sense? Because you would have built connections, so many more people are going to see your LinkedIn profile, right? So the first step of having a good profile is having a good professional picture. Okay, I have, before coming here, I kind of went through some of your profiles, right? So a lot of you have distant photographs, full body photographs. Some of you have two people in one photograph. If it's tough for me to identify who's Jay, who's Rakesh, I'll not be able to decide, right? This is not any other social platform. A good professional headshot. You have lovely backgrounds here, white, blue, use the IIBM colors. A good professional picture, I'm not speaking about the stats that's there for you to see, will get your profile views 21x more views. And it will get you 9 times more connection requests on the platform. Right? So just have a good smile, a good headshot, which is close. It makes a lot of impact. Now there are a lot of more features, filter features. You want to make it black and white, close up, some other color. You can do that on the platform as well. Right? You can edit your profile in terms of location, industry. I know a lot of you are working on CSR activities because I know that's very close to, Jay as well. So you have a special column on LinkedIn for CSR. You can go and add that as volunteer experience. If you have any videos, PDFs, decks, you can add that as media section onto your LinkedIn profile. And that will get your profile to life. That's something that you cannot do with a CV, right? It's going to be very static. You can actually add a lot of rich media to your LinkedIn profile because at this moment, that's the only thing you have. You do winter and summer internships, right? Add those project reports. That's what's going to build value to your profile. Okay, please move ahead. I'll just pause here. Now, what is a headline on LinkedIn? Whenever I'm searching for people on LinkedIn in the top search box, right, you get some lines ahead of their name. Headline need not be your job title. Like if you come and connect with me, it will show that I've written transforming the way companies plan, hire and develop talent. So that's nothing but what I do. Anyone wants water? I think someone. Feel free to stand up. I mean, just informal. You want some water? Sure. Go ahead, yeah. I mean, if you're unwell, feel free to step out. Right? So that headline can be something that is uniquely differentiate to you, right? Some of you are passionate about photography, some of you are passionate in sales, in marketing. Feel free to add that in your headline. So when I'm just searching for your name, I should understand what can I get by this person. Right? Your job title will come below in your profile. So you can become as creative in your headline as possible. In fact, all of you in IIBM can have a unique headline. Like I'll give you an example. At LinkedIn, जो हमारी HR team है, they carry a headline which is connecting talent to opportunity. Very simple. There is an opportunity at LinkedIn. They are connecting external talent to us. So think of a unique headline that you want as IIBM, or if you want to do it as individuals, fair. But if you want to showcase something on LinkedIn profile that I know that these are students of IIBM, think of that and you can put it on the platform. With me? Yeah? Cool. Now, as you move ahead, next section on your LinkedIn profile is summary. Now, a lot of you will be what to write in summary. We don't have that experience. So let me give you an example. Let's say you meet someone at a corporate event, right? I met few students before the moment I came. You just have a minute to introduce yourself to me. How will you do that? What are things that you will say? Like I introduce myself within a minute to you all. That's like an executive summary that, hey, this is what I do. This is how I can add value. This is what you can expect from me. So think of it as a 30,000 feet view about yourself, not your detailed JD. Summary has to be not more than a para, 4-5 bullet points. While you're a student, you can also promote IIBM as a great college and the values you're learning from there. Right? That, hey, at present, I'm a student here developing XYZ skills that is going to make me corporate ready. Any questions? I'll just take a pause here because we are pretty much done with the first half of your LinkedIn profile. Below you will see certain, like a bulb icon, there are some insights there. I'm not reading through the deck. I'm just giving you a very high level view because there is some limited time. But I would love to come again, and if you want to conduct detailed workshops on best practices, I'm happy to visit again and get that done, right? Any questions till now? I'll just take a pause. Any good, bad? Do you feel this is helping? If no, I'll pause and we can discuss probably more industry challenges. I'm good with that as well. Okay, we'll move ahead. The step 2, once your profile is ready, right, is how you can start building connections. Please move ahead. Now, what I would strongly recommend all of you, right, is that very few of you would know that more than 50% of hires today globally come from a personal connection. 50% of industry recruitment is done through something we call as referrals. Right? Like, say, Jay would know me. Some CHRO comes, they say, I want some head of sales. Do you know someone? He'll recommend a student. That, okay, this is a good student with so many years of experience. That's nothing but a referral. That's coming from a personal connection. On LinkedIn, it's nothing but your first degree connection because you know them personally. Right? Please move ahead. Now, very few of you would know that today in the corporate world, majority of your hires will actually come from either your second degree or your third degree connects. Right? So, can you please move the slide ahead? Just move ahead, please. Now, how do you connect with the second or third degree? Right? In the last few days, probably when, I don't know, some emailer would have gone, some flyer would have gone saying that, okay, I'm coming here today. I saw 4-5 connections, come to me today. But I don't know you. Neither do you know me. So very less chances I might accept that invite. Reason being, on LinkedIn, I can only make a maximum of 30,000 connects. Max. That's the limit. 30,000. I can't go beyond 30K. Because we feel it's impossible to know like 30,000 people individually, right? Of course, like that recall needs to be there. So now how will you reach out to that second, third degree? Always, just take this as a ground rule. Customize your invitations. Don't send random invites. Why are you connecting with me, right? If some of you would have written that, okay, we know that you're coming to have a small discussion with us and hence we want to connect with you, I would accept, right? Similarly, why will that CHRO accept, or why will that head of sales or head of marketing or whichever company you're targeting, why will they randomly accept your invitation? For you, it's just one of many others who are sending them invites daily, right? So, of course, I don't need to tell you how you can search for people on LinkedIn, but just move ahead. I'm just going to skip these slides. Right? You can search basis, name, companies, all of you are aware of that. Yeah. Just one more slide ahead, please. Yeah, pause here. Right? This is what I would want you to use when you're sending connection requests. Right? Think of something that you have in common with them. It could be a campus, you're reaching out to your alumni. Right? It can be a common value that they, share. It can be that you've seen an open job and you feel you have skills that can match in that job, right? So if you customize this thing that, hey, I'm Rakesh, I'm connecting with you for XYZ reason. I see you have an open role for, sales executive, and I have these 4-5 skills that I feel are a match to what you're looking. Hence, I'm writing to you. High chances that person will accept that invite, right? And then want to probably discuss with you as well. because that's going to add value to him. That's going to save his time. He or she has a load that they want to solve, right? Believe you me, today hiring is an industry challenge for everyone, even at LinkedIn, right? We also have that same challenge to hire people, and everyone is on the lookout for good quality talent. Just go ahead. Now, what are the things and ways you can connect with on LinkedIn? We already covered how you can message, people and what you can ask. Can you move ahead, please, the slide? I spoke on referrals, and when you ask for referrals, and don't feel bad at times, even if that person is not going to add value to you, or vice versa, you can ask them to refer. Are you all aware of referral policies in companies? So, just to give you an insight, say I'm working at LinkedIn. Even if I'm not hiring in my team, but there is an open role at LinkedIn, and I refer you guys, I can make some money. It's a fact, right? The company gives me some money as a referral bonus if I'm referring a candidate. So high chances, even if you're not hiring for my team, but there is an open role at LinkedIn where I can refer you, I will do it because there's a personal agenda to get hired. Can you hear me right behind? Okay. You all know how to message. You'll see that icon there on everyone's LinkedIn profile. You can click on it and message. I don't need to probably spend more time into that. Now again, I'll pause here. You can ask people on LinkedIn for informational interviews. What I mean by that is you might not be again recruiting or hiring for their team, but you just want to get some advice from people. You've seen that XYZ person has 20 years experience in HR. Someone has 10 years experience in sales, right? Or cloud or whatever. You can always ask them that, hey, do you have 15 minutes for a quick chat? I'm appearing for an interview. Can you help me with some advice? And also remember, it's not only taking from the platform, right? It's also about giving. What you can give back to LinkedIn as a platform. For that matter, not only LinkedIn, any platform, but you have to contribute yourself also on the platform. What you see on the screen is some snapshots. Again, I'll share this with you where, people have asked, why are they interested in that specific role? And also they've mentioned a line that they would really appreciate that particular member if they can consider them. So there is a humble approach also towards that. So even if I do not have something, my chances of at least responding to you on the platform will be there high. You might notice कि हम LinkedIn पे यार इतना connections भेजते हैं, invites भेजते हैं, कुछ होता नहीं है. Correct, right? सबके साथ होता है. Everyone goes through that. You're sending a lot of invites, but there is no this. Try sending something like that to people and see if those responses come through. Can you move ahead? So request recommendations. Once you go to people's LinkedIn profile, you can click on that and ask them to recommend you. Now, because you all are students, please do not ask each other for recommendation. Okay? Right? Like me going and telling my friend कि यार मेरे लिए कुछ अच्छा लिख दे, I'll write something else for you and vice versa. That's not a good practice. So I'll just pause here. Who do you think people are you can ask recommendations from? Yeah, I'll probably look at some newer faces. Yes? Yeah, go ahead. Seniors, teachers. Okay, lovely. Who else? Someone from here? Yes. Hi, Om. Same industry, more connections than you. Lovely. But would they know you in person? Why will they give you a recommendation? So think about it, right? Who are the people who will give you a recommendation? Once you get industry ready, yes.
Maybe the current or former managers or the persons who are working over there.
What else? Anyone else? Yes. Relatives who are working, okay, lovely, because they know you personally and they are working in the corporate world. Their recommendations can carry some weightage. Yes. Your faculty is lovely, they have a lot of industry experience. So now you're getting there, right? Now people with whom you do your summer internships, your winter internships, your relatives who are there in the corporate world, right? They know your strengths, values, and they are people who can recommend you. Now again, high chances people are very busy in their day-to-day lives, right? They might not write that recommendation even if they want to. They might not have the time. A good practice is you can send them a paragraph, hey, this is what I feel you can write for me, feel free to edit it. High chances they will copy paste the same thing for you all, right? So it's a good practice that I'm requesting you for a recommendation. These are things I feel you, or you can write about me on LinkedIn. Please feel free to edit if you feel otherwise, or go ahead and write this. So if I'm really busy, I will go ahead and copy paste that same thing. And those recommendations can carry a lot of weightage on your profile when you're a student, because at present you don't have work experience to show there, right? So recommendations, skills, certifications, these all are things that will add value on your LinkedIn profile. Yes, there's a question.
Giant, sir. So what are the things we can add in a recommendation if we are referring to someone?
That's a great question. So there are multiple things you can add in recommendations. When you're a student, things like values matter a lot to company, right? So what are the values? How hardworking you are, right? Like I'm giving you an example. People can say like a value could be like acting like an owner. This person shows a lot of ownership, right, in tasks that they do. The other things that you can request for recommendations is probably you worked with them on some project or some small activity, right? Can they share that experience of how was it to work with he or she on that particular activity or that particular project, right? So think of it that how you can put your recommendations to real life examples. It could be a small CSR activity you've done. You've gone and helped someone in some project, right? You've helped upskill someone. You've shared something informative. You've helped someone save time, right? All of those things can be added in your recommendations. So as I said, there's no right or wrong, but it's good to have it there rather than your profile looking empty. If I come to your LinkedIn profile, it should look full, complete. Just move ahead, please. Right now, I'll get into the main piece, the last 10 minutes, how LinkedIn as a platform can help you look out for opportunities. Right, so today on LinkedIn, there is a field where you can actually show to recruiters that you are open to work. Now you can do this in two ways. You can move ahead. Either there is a green color badge on LinkedIn. I'm sure all of you would have seen you go into your profile section, and when you edit your profile, you can show green color badge which is open to work. Now when you put that badge, your entire network knows that you are looking for a job. But if you do not want to put that, you can also signal it privately that I'm open to work, and only recruiters who are using our tools for hiring will get to know. With me till here? Yeah. Now, all of you on LinkedIn, when you visit LinkedIn, you'll see a small briefcase, right? That's where the jobs are visible. Now, why did I emphasize on the first aspect of you building a good profile, putting your skills? Now, today you'll hear a lot of people talk about machine learning and AI, right? LinkedIn has been working on AI right since 2005. If you have a good, solid LinkedIn profile with all your skills there, rather than you going to the jobs will come to you, right? Basis the skills that you've put, basis the areas of interest that you've put, LinkedIn will send you weekly alerts. Still, if it is not matching, you can go to that briefcase section and start searching for a job basis the parameters that you see on the screen. So what happens on Netflix, right, today? What happens if you are searching for a superhero movie, let's say Batman movie or Superman movie? Next time you log in, you see similar movies. In simple words, that's nothing but machine learning and AI. The machine is learning from your actions, and the AI is prompting you similar movies. When you visit Amazon, what happens? You see a particular product. Next time you log in, you see similar products, right? Or else it will tell you, because you bought this product, we are showing you X thing. Correct? That is nothing but machine learning and AI. The machine is learning from your actions, and the built-in AI engine is throwing similar recommendations. Same thing will happen on LinkedIn. Because you have XYZ skills on your LinkedIn profile, we are showing you XYZ jobs. If I come online, it will show me sales jobs. If some HR comes, it will show them HR jobs. But it's important for me to use those skills on my LinkedIn profile. Like if you write good communication, it doesn't mean anything, right? What are your skills in good communication? Is it email writing? Okay. Do you have strong PowerPoint skills? Do you have Excel skills? Have you learned any technologies? Like Jay was referring to me that you all are, some of you are SAP professionals, SAP FICO, a lot more, right? Put those things on your LinkedIn profile, and that's the basis where the job engine will start working and recommending you similar jobs. Right? As you move to your job aspect, you can go ahead and create something called search alerts on LinkedIn. Now, what are these search alerts? So I can say I am interested in XYZ kind of jobs and notify me on a daily or weekly basis on the platform. So the moment there is a new job that comes on LinkedIn by recruiters, at any given time we have over 14 million jobs. Even if you're not active on LinkedIn, even if you're not visiting the platform daily, we will tell you that 2-3 jobs have been added that are matching to your search alert. Right? You can go ahead on company pages and put job alerts as well. So if you have some dream companies, you can follow those companies and set alerts for that company as well by going on their company page. Right? So when I visit example Starbucks, what you see here, I can go to their job section and set an alert that, okay, if there are any new jobs that come in here, please let me know. And you will also see a separate section on company pages called Life. What is Life? It's nothing but the culture of that company, what they are trying to showcase. How is it to work there? What are values that they have? With me? Have any of you tried creating a search alert? 1, 2, good, 3, 4. Okay, but that's less than 10%, right? And it's not that you need to wait for placement season to create a search alert, right? You can do it. Like I don't mind sharing. I've done only 1 year MBA. In those days, campuses used to allow, but now it's become a norm. So I just studied for a year, and Naukri hired us in a year, and I had to come back for my exams. So if a company finds you good, they can give you a pre-offer or an internship, and you complete your education and then join them. If they really like you, they will wait. They don't mind waiting, or at least they'll shortlist you in their mind when they come for campus season. Right? So hopefully after this, if that 10% can go to 20, 30, creating a search alert, that's a win for me. Right? Just move ahead. What you can also do is you can go to the IIEBM page on LinkedIn, and you'll see a section called alumni. You have over 2,400 alumni who have LinkedIn profiles. And today they are working, just look at the companies. Probably these companies wouldn't have come to campus then. But somehow after 4-5 years, they've managed to get into those companies. Right? Like LinkedIn doesn't hire from campus. They wouldn't come to a Balaji. I was the only person from Balaji who got through LinkedIn. Rest all were IMs of the world, SP Gens of the world. Right? But somehow after 12-13 years, I have made my way in this company, right? So you can use your alumni connects, see where they are now, connect with them, be it for career advice, for any other help that you need. Right? Any questions till here? I'll just pause. So pretty much, I think I'm on time. I have 10 more minutes. But any questions on job hunt, best practices? Have any of you tried applying to jobs in the past, even before your... Yes, there's a question. Oh, you've tried applying? You've also applied in the past? Okay, lovely. A lot of you have applied, right? And I'm not saying do it only on LinkedIn, right? You can do it on Naukri, there are many job boards as well. But what happens in a job board, you're putting a CV, right? And as I said, that's only talking to one recruiter at a time. This is going to talk to multiple people. And a CV is more closed. It's only visible when people are searching. Your LinkedIn profile is open. So if I write something that's false, everyone will know that yaar ye jhoot bol raha hai, right? Or he's not putting the correct thing. So just be very careful because this is like a digital identity for you. Believe you me, you might find that I'm joking, but in markets like Bangalore, Delhi, people are giving accommodations seeing their LinkedIn profile, right? Like in Bangalore, landlords are giving accommodations to working professionals seeing their LinkedIn profile. Where are they working? Which company? I know of some people who've made their lifelong decisions, marriage decisions, seeing their LinkedIn profile, right? Like probably their parents are seeing where is the guy working or where is the girl working, and what kind of profile or experience they have. So that's how important the platform is getting in their lives. Right, just 5 more minutes. I know I'll not hold you back from lunch, but last piece where again Jay was mentioning to me that you're learning on SAP. There are some courses from Harvard. You can also leverage LinkedIn Learning. It's a separate platform. A lot of campuses are using it today, and a lot of in-demand skills that are relevant for today. You will find a lot of e-learning courses, and you can get yourself certified. Right, apart from campus time, I know watching Netflix, Prime, Hotstar is also equally important to relax your mind and just have some free time there. But you can also learn on the go. If you're coming from very far or you're traveling on a plane or a bus, you can download the learning app, do a 1 hour certification. By the time you reach your home, you will have 2-3 certifications with you. That's how you can leverage your time as well. And every week we're adding 60 new courses here on real in-demand skills that are more relevant for today. So again, you can add these skills on your LinkedIn profile as well and add those certifications as well. Again, I'm not saying do it only from LinkedIn Learning. There are many platforms, right? There's a Coursera, Pluralsight, Skillsoft. We are one of them, right? But you can leverage all these platforms and do that. Right? I spoke about groups. Currently, groups are a little bit dead on LinkedIn. Dead, when I say dead, it's a little bit slow, inactive. But we are doing a lot of things to revive these groups. Now, what are groups? Groups are communities of like-minded people who are talking on LinkedIn as a platform. And they're spending some time interacting there. So you can join these groups if some of you are interested in data analytics jobs, right? Big data jobs, data science jobs. Join those groups. You'll learn from those groups, right? There are a lot of senior people who are having interactions daily on it. So you'll know what is in demand over there. Right? And lastly, I would just want to end by saying that when you're building your network, it's very important to just go a step back to spend time on the privacy settings. You choose and control your LinkedIn profile. If there are any aspects that you do not want to show, like example, I know of many people who don't want to show their profile picture. They only want to show it to people with whom they are connected. You can tailor make those privacy settings, right? If you don't want the alerts to come from LinkedIn, you can stop that. So there is a separate tab called privacy settings. I was sharing this with Jay when I came in that LinkedIn is a member first policy. Members are people like you and me who have profiles on LinkedIn. So for us, if there is any hindrance caused to members, that thing is taken off first. Right? So each and every member is critical to LinkedIn. So choose what information you want to show. LinkedIn has been winning the Digital Trust Award from 5 years in a row. Right? So spend some time in the privacy settings tab and then alter your profile and make it live on the platform. I'll just take a minute more. Can we go live on LinkedIn? You have your profile? Do you have your profile? Can you open your profile and just swap the window for a minute? Yeah. So if I see Shubham's profile, right, just click on start a post. And I click on start a post. Click on it. No, click on that start a post section. You will see something very new that we've launched here, which is called as, you'll see something called draft with AI the moment you start writing some things, right? And I can select this, just select those 3 dots, yes. Select that star mark, the third mark. Yeah, the third one. Third, here, yeah. Click on that. So today, if you can actually celebrate occasions on LinkedIn. Say some of you have helped you in some project, right? Some of you has done something good. Probably for Jay, it could be that some student has got some company to campus. So you can kind of go ahead and give kudos, tag that particular member on LinkedIn who's been of help to you, and post it. Some of you have got a new job and new internship. You can always celebrate your success on LinkedIn by doing that, right? And a last piece I want to leave with you, just close this window. Any new certification you've got, just spend some time on this tab. I don't want to get into best practices of posting on LinkedIn, but you can either do regular posts or you can write an article, right? That is a long post. Probably all of you can take it as a challenge. Go ahead and write a long post. A long post is something that's anywhere between 1000 to 1500 words on LinkedIn, like an essay. Mix it with certain pictures. It could be life at IIBM, and post it on LinkedIn and see the kind of interactions you get. Make that subject line interesting, right? Like, let me ask you, all of you have email IDs, Gmail, Hotmail, Rediff, kuch na kuch hoga, right? Thousands of emails we get daily. We decide to open that email basis two things. Either we know the sender or the subject line should be interesting, right? Like Jay would be getting thousands of emails of people wanting him to meet him, but he'll only decide basis these two things. Create an interesting headline and post it and see the kind of interactions that you get on the platform. Shubham, just go back to your profile. Yeah. And just click on the me icon. Just click on your profile here on the left, Shubham. Just give me the... So if you all click on your profile over here, you can see Shubham has already customized his profile URL here on top, right? Do you all know how to do this? Yeah, you can come here to the profile URL section and just shorten it. A lot of you might have some XYZ words written here ahead. You can just shorten this by customizing your profile URL, and you can carry it in your signatures as well today. Right? From the LinkedIn app, everyone has seen Harry Potter movie? Yeah, I'm sure you've seen, right? You have those frames where people are talking through those frames, right? So that's something similar we've added on LinkedIn, where from the app, you can go and customize this picture, and you can actually have a 30-second video that you've put where you're talking about yourself, like where literally you're pitching yourself, right? Those two features are available on the app. What you can also do is you can add a voice, how people should pronounce your name, right? And that can also be done from the app. Like you see, this is something, I'm taking a step back. This is the headline I've written. Transforming the way companies plan, hire, and develop. And you'll see a voice note here. Can you see this voice note? So this is nothing but I want people to know how my name is.
Rakesh Gaur.
Like, because I talk to a lot of people outside India, they end up pronouncing my name very funnily, right, at times. So it's a good way if you want to know how people should pronounce your name as well, right? So tiny edits, there are a lot of things you can do on the platform. So go ahead and just build all these things. And I would just go back to the deck. Go back to the deck, please. PDF. Yeah. Any questions on the privacy piece? If some of you are really interested in blogging and writing long posts and building followers, you can also change your primary button from connect to follow. Followers, but there's no limit. You can have as many followers as you want. 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 20 lakh. So once your connections reach 30,000, automatically your connect button becomes a follow button. But you can do it before as well. If you don't want to build connections, you only want to build followers, you can do that as well on the platform. Right? And I would just like to end by saying that, just think of it. This is going to, I said that earlier, right? This is going to be your net worth. As you grow, whichever company you go to, these connections are going to remain with you. So just spend time, have a good, clean LinkedIn profile. And hopefully whatever we spoke in the 1 hour, even if each of you have 1 or 2 key takeaways, it's a good win for me. Right, I'll just pause there. But yeah, thank you so much for patiently listening to me. So that is because you have LinkedIn Premium. You have LinkedIn Premium. You get to see analytics. Yeah. So your profile views have gone down. Yeah. So it's a good practice. As Jay was asking me that, his last post was how it's trending. You can see all those analytics, right? So it's good to post once, twice in a week. A best practice could be to do posts on Wednesdays and Thursdays to get good traction. I'm just sharing some offline. I mean, don't post this recording. But
on LinkedIn?
that's a lovely question. So there are two ways. One, you can do it without any cost. That is by posting on your own profile so your connections can see it. The second way how you can do it, you can run a campaign. Okay, now that's quite interesting. If you can go back, Shubham, to your LinkedIn profile, I'll just show it to you. I'm glad you asked me that, right? So you will see on top something called for business on the top right. Do you see for business? So you can click on that and you will see something called advertise. Can you see on the right, advertise? So there you can go and run a campaign. So if you want to push out a picture or you want to promote a particular product, you can run an ad campaign. But don't do it randomly because it will incur certain costs on your credit card or on your debit cards, right? So before you do it, first try it free. But you can go to that advertise section. Just click on it, please, Shubham. And you will come to a window which is called as Campaign Manager. Now again, I'm not here to sell LinkedIn or pitch LinkedIn, but this is normally what I would do. And where you can go ahead and add your product, either a picture or a video or an infographic, and you can promote it to a set of audience. That audience you can decide. Not by name, but by demographic. When I mean demographic, are they from Pune? Are they 10 years plus experience? Are they from banking industry? And whenever they come to LinkedIn, they will see your ad. So on any platform, Shubham, go back to your LinkedIn feed, please. Just scroll down. Scroll down, just stop there, yeah. Stop there. So on any social platform, not only LinkedIn, be it Instagram, Facebook, the second post, will always be something called promoted. Do you see the word promoted down? On any platform. That is the ad, right? Which will be seen to me. So every time I refresh, it will be a second ad. And on any platform, the first post, if you go up, will always be from your first connection. Either a like, comment or share from your first connection. Either I would have posted or I would have liked something. This is a golden thumb rule of social media. First post will always be from your first connect. So you start seeing it more, right? You start spending more time there. And the second post will always be a promoted post. Why? Because the first post is someone you know. So you've got the attention. And then second post will always be a particular product. Right? See it. Mostly it will be like that, 99% of the cases. Yes, there's a question there.
Jain, so my name is Chirag Thakur. So what kind of LinkedIn profile in HR likes?
Oh, that's a tough one. So the question is, what kind of LinkedIn profile an HR likes? See, every HR is going to like a different profile. If I'm hiring for a person in sales, and let's say that person has the skills I need, right, and is active on the platform, I'm going to like that profile, right? Today, a HR is going to hire basis skills. So earlier I used to hire basis role. Now things are changing, right? We are moving to a skill-based economy. So if you have the skills that I want on your LinkedIn profile, I will shortlist your profile. And if you've worked on the particular domains, right? Now as a fresher, if it might not be relevant to you. So as a fresher, it could all be appearance. Have I all the basic things ticked, right? Whatever I spoke about. Are you posting very often on LinkedIn? Which means you're not really... See, for everyone, doing the first post is going to be challenging. Believe you me, I thought for it for a week. I wrote my post, deleted. Then I went and showed it to, my manager. Is this sounding good? Kaisa dikhega? First post karne mein, everyone will take some time. But once you do it, and if you don't worry about the likes and comments you're getting, right, then you'll be on your way. So come across as a thought leader. So what I'm trying to say is, if you want a job, let's say in a FMCG company, post articles about your thoughts on FMCG. Go ahead and comment on FMCG posts, right? What other companies are doing. Follow those companies on LinkedIn. That is how it will build your profile, right? So when I come to see your profile, I will see in that section that what are you commenting and what are you posting on. I can see when I click on your profile, right? What have you been liking on? like a lot of you might get jobs in sales. Let's be realistic. I always look at LinkedIn. That what is my customer talking about? You know, what kind of posts are they liking? Are they liking something in sports? That gives me 30 minutes to talk to them. That, you know, I know what interests them. So it helps me prepare for that customer meeting. Right? So I don't only see LinkedIn, I see their Facebook also. Have they gone to some country recently, roamed some country which I have gone? So it gives me some common talking points with them. Right? Just come across as a good person who knows the industry and what's happening, and just be on the platform. And I say on, like active, right? And keep posting, liking, commenting, sharing stuff there. But yeah, that's, if you're a fresher, that's what I look for. If you have experience, I would want the skills that are there in the job. And today on LinkedIn, when you open a job, just click on a job, Shubham, any job, and it tells me the skills that I'm missing. When I click on a job and I open the job, any job, like if, now see, he's an MBA intern, so he's seeing those kind of jobs. Open that job, please, if you don't mind. Right? Once you open the job, it will tell me what skills I have and what skills I don't have. And then you can leverage learning platforms to build those skills. If I want to apply on those on that job. If I know I'm 9 on 10 match, my chance of getting shortlisted are very high over there. Like you mentioned that, right? Like you will build skills, what that company wants, or you will research about that company. So these are things, like if I come down on the job, just scroll down. Yeah, just scroll more down, please. Scroll down. Yeah, scroll down. Hold on. Right? So you'll see your skills added by the job poster. Come down. Can you see your 9 skills missing? This is what they want. Right? And this is what is not there in Shubham's profile. So if these skills were there, that doesn't mean you go and add it. But if I add it with a certification, it will give more weight to my profile. Right? So that's how you can research. But that's a great question. Yeah. Thank you for asking. Yes. Do we have time for question? Jay? Yeah.
Jain sir,
Jain.
My name is Yash Chakar. So my question is like whenever we see a connection, so whenever we tap on the profile section, we generally connect that, but there is a add a note option is there. So how can we write on that?
Yeah, so in 80% of the chances you will get an option to add a note.
Yeah.
Every month LinkedIn gives you 5 free notes that you can send. So again, my request to all of you is don't randomly go and send invites to people you don't know, because LinkedIn will take it as spamming and your profiles will get blocked. Okay, so like don't go out like after this session, if you all are into and send out 40-50 invites, your profiles will get blocked. So send limited invites in a day. In every month, if you don't have a LinkedIn Premium, right? LinkedIn Premium is a paid product. I wouldn't advise you to take that right now. But every month, LinkedIn will allow you to message 5 people free, right? So you can leverage that and reach out to people at LinkedIn, also LinkedIn employees. Every year we get 10 free premiums, right? Which we generally give out to students. There's no bad practice to reach out to LinkedIn employees and say that, can you, I'm a student who's aspiring to be in the corporate world. Can you give me a premium? We happily give it. Every year I give all my 10 premiums to students. This year I've exhausted it. I'll again get it in Jan. So if someone reaches out in Jan, I do give it out. But once you feel you're actively looking out for a job, then you can shell out and buy a premium for a month, which is like $1,500 or something like that. But yeah, at present, I wouldn't advocate you to spend your money. First, build a good profile, do the right things, and then you can do that. Sorry? Yeah, why not? I would strongly recommend you that. Like, if you've, you have people from the industry visiting here, right? It could be a good practice to take a picture, tag them that, I heard XYZ. Because what happens when you tag industry leaders, they have many connections. They have a strong network. So in turn, their connections also get to see your profile, right? So it's always a good practice to tag them and don't only tag them, share your learnings. That these were my top 3 learnings, bucket it point wise. from this session, that they spoke about XYZ things. These 3 things resonated very well with me. So there's no harm to tag people. If someone doesn't want to be tagged, they'll untag themselves. They can do that. So they control their profile, right? If they don't want to be visible, they can untag. But you can always tag people. So very similar to how you follow companies, you can also follow influencers. So like Narendra Modi has a profile on LinkedIn, Bill Gates has, Satya Nadella has, all these people are there on LinkedIn, talking daily. But yeah, one last question and then we'll close it out. But yeah, if you all have any further queries which I have not been able to address because of the limited time I had, message me on LinkedIn. I would be more than happy. My home is in Pune. I can always come down again sometime and we can just have a query session for 30 minutes. I'm happy to do that. But any other question or we'll close out? We good? Okay. Thank you so much. I'll not stop you back from lunch. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you, sir, for this wonderful and insightful session. I'm sure students must have learned a great deal from your knowledge and would have enjoyed the session. We look forward for your next visit to our campus. Thank you once again, sir.
Probably my bad. I was also supposed to, visit campus during the first batch, and then pandemic hit, wave 2. I personally got, COVID twice. My family, my daughters also got it. But there was one member at IIBM, which is Tapan, who's been following up rigorously. And I told Jay that if I was in my earlier company, which was Naukri, which used to hire freshers, I would have hired him, right? Because kudos to extremely strong follow-up. I would say that, call me back after a week, I'm traveling, I'm here, I'm there, I'm out of the country. That very day, he would call me up. And that very day, he would, message. Then I told him, no, when the next batch comes, I'll come. Immediately at that time, there was a message or there was a phone call. So, Tapan, kudos. And just from my side as a small gesture, this is a small gift for you. And thank you so much for your follow.